Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 9 math. You can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password as provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 9 math. The lessons we're going to cover today are they are identify equivalent ratios, unit prices, and solve proportions. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. So here I am on grade 9 math, the chapter we're going to start with the chapter ratios, rates and proportions. Let's just start with the first lesson, that is identify equivalent ratios. Okay, 1 by 6, and are these ratios equivalent? 1 by 6 and 2 by 3. So you have to compare the two ratios and you have to see if they are equivalent. So you 1 by 3 and equals 2 by 6. So how do you see if they are equivalent? You have to cross multiply them, right? Cross multiply them means the numerator denominator of this fraction multiply by numerator of this 1 times 6 and then 3 times 2. So both sides are exactly equal. That means the fractions are equivalent. Got it? Let's just start with the test questions. Okay, are these ratios equivalent? The ratios are, that is 5 to 3 and 10 to 6, right? So let's just see if they are equivalent. That is 5 to 3 and 10 to 6. Just cross multiply them, right? You have to do 5 times 6 and that equals 3 times 10. 5 times 6 is 30 and 3 times 10 is also 30. So that means yes, they are equivalent. The correct option is yes. The correct option is yes. Okay, the next one is, are these ratios equivalent? 2 to 1 and 20 to 1? So which is the correct option? Yes, they are equivalent. The correct option is yes, right? They are equivalent. Are these ratios equivalent? 1 to 5 and 3 to 15? So which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, they are equivalent. Option number one is the correct option, right? Are these ratios equivalent 1 to 4 and 5 to 20? So, which is the correct option? Yes, they are equivalent. Got it. The correct option is yes, option number one is the correct option. Okay, are these ratios equivalent 3 to 1 and 18 to 6? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is yes, they are equivalent. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself today. Let me just move on to next lesson. And the next lesson is that is unit rates. Okay, so unit means one, right? That means you have to calculate the price of one thing, right? For example, here you are given 50 seats in 10 rows. You have to find how many seats in one row, right? So what you have to do for this, you have to divide 50 because that is a 50 seats for 10 rows. So you have to divide 50 by 10, right? So 10 times 5 is 50. That means each row have. So a unit rate is a rate when the second amount is 1 unit. So 1 unit means you have to calculate the price of the one thing, right? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, find the unit rate 20 kilometer in 2 hours. So you have to calculate in 1 kilometer how much the train travels. So when you have to calculate the unit price, you have to do So you have to divide 20 by 2, right? Because you need to calculate the price of one thing, and the one you are given is 20 kilometers in 2 hours. So how do you calculate? You have to divide 20 by 2. So 2 times 10 is 20. That means that is 10 kilometers per hour. Option number 1 is the correct option. Got it? The correct option is 10 kilograms per hour. Okay, the next one is find the unit rate 24 chairs at 6 tables. So how many chairs per table? Which is the correct option? So the correct option is 6 times 4 is 24, right? So that means you have to divide 24 by 6 because 24 chairs are for 6 tables. So whenever you have to calculate the unit price, you have to divide the cost of more than one things divided by the number of things, right? So that is 6 times 4 is 24. That means 4 chairs with one table. The correct option is 4. Find the unit rate 21 deliveries in 3 hours. So how many deliveries per hour? That is 3 times 7 is 21. So the correct option is 7 deliveries per hour. Very good. Okay, find the unit rate 44 orders in 4 days. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 4 times 11 is 44. So that is 11 orders per day. The next one is 30 rooms on 2 floors. The correct option is 15, right? Option number 2 is the correct option. That would be 15 rooms per floor. Find the unit rate 24 passengers in 6 cars. Yes, that is 4. 6 times 4 is 24, so 4 it is. Option number 2 is the correction. The next one is 33 liters in 3 minutes. So which is the correct option? That is 11 times 3 times 11 is 33. So 11 is the correct option. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to unit prices. Let's just start with the next lesson, that is unit prices. Okay, a six pack of coffee mug cost $11.2. What is the unit price? Again, you have to calculate the unit price. You have to divide 11.22 by 6. Again, you need to calculate the unit prices. So, for the unit prices, you have to divide. Let's just start with the test questions. An 8 kilogram bag of potatoes cost 15.36. What is the unit price? So, which is the correct option? The correct option is $1.92 per kg. Option number 1 is the direct correct option, right? A 9 pack of plastic flower pots cost 10.71. What is the unit price? Which is the correct option? 10.71 divided by 9, which is the correct option? That is 1.19. Option number 2 is the correct option. Very good. A 7-pound bag of green peppers cost $4.20. What is the unit price? Which is the correct option? The correct option is that is 0.60 per pound. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? A 3-meter roll of fabric costs 7.59. What is the unit price? Which is the correct option? The correct option is 2.53 per meter. Option number 1 is the correct option. A six pack of water bottles costs $3. What is the unit price? Which is the correct option? Which is the correct option? Option number 2 is the correct option, right? That is 0.50 per bottle. Which is the correct option? A 9-meter roll of white paper costs $3.24. What is the unit price? That is 0.38 per meter. Option number 2 is the correct option. Oh, that is option number 1. Okay, got it. A 4 pack of ice cream sandwich costs $2.84. What is the unit price? The correct option is 0.71 per sandwich. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. Let me just move on to next lesson. The next lesson is solve for portions. Okay, solve for z in the proportion. So you are given the proportion that is 9 over 6 equal z over 10. You have to solve for z, right? So how do we solve? You have to do the cross multiplication. You need to do 10 times 9. Then you have to do z times 6, right? 90, move 6, divide 6 both sides, right? That is 90 over 6. So z equals 15. 6 times 90, 15 times 6 is 90. Got it? So the correct option is 15. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, solve for j in the proportion. That is 4 over 5 equals j over 12. You have to solve for j. So let's just see how do we solve. You have to cross multiply, that is j by 5 equals 4 by 5 equals j by 20. So you have to do 4 times 20 equals j times 5. 4 times 20 is 80. You have to divide 5 both sides. So that is j equals 16. Option number 1 is the correct option. 16 it is. Okay, so let's just move on to next one. Solve for w in the proportion. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 144 divided by 18. 8 it is. The correct option is 8. Option number 1 is the correct option. Solve for W in the proportion. Solve for F in the proportion. So which is the correct option? The correct option is 10. Option number 2 is the correct option. Solve for R in the proportion. Which is the correct option? The correct option is 10. Option number 2 is the correct option, right? Solve for M in the proportion. So which is the correct option? The correct option is option number 1 is the correct option, that is 15. 12 times 10 is 120 and 120 divided by 8 is 15. Okay, you can complete the lesson by yourself later today. So we were working on grade 9 math. Chapter we were working on is ratios, proportions and percents, ratios, rates, and proportions. The lessons we have covered today are identify equivalent ratios, unit rates, unit prices, and solve proportions. So please make sure before the next session you can complete all the practice questions for the lessons we just did. That is your homework until next session, right? So if you need more help with any of the lesson, you can simply click on the live chat button. Tutors are available there to help you, or either you can join me in the interactive session that would be daily from 4 to 5 and from 9 to 10. So that's all for today. If you have any questions related to the lessons we have just finished, you can please ask. I'm here to answer all your questions and confusions if you have any. Any questions? No questions? Okay, then that's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye, everyone.